Nah, Cigüeña. It's the circle of life. Let's talk about it on Sunrise with Jesus.
It's time for Sunrise with Jesus. And now, be blessed by today's rise.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunrise with Jesus. We are so happy to be back this week. We're happy to be with you. We just really appreciate your input over the past weeks, your comments, your likes, and I want to encourage everyone to continue liking the page, sharing the videos, getting more and more people in on this whole Sunrise action. Today, we're going to be covering a pretty weird kind of topic, so bear with us. We're going to be discussing the theme song that we would have heard in the movies, in the cartoons, and different things that we would have seen over the years. And we've realized that there's many spiritual principles to be gotten out of all of these. So with me today to discuss these theme songs is Kimani Williams.
Yes.
We thought he was perfect for the job. So, so I want to just jump right into it. Kimani. Today we're going to be covering the circle of life. And you can find the entire Sunrise where we actually broke down the song Circle of Life and pulled out all the spiritual principles that Walt Disney, decided to put in the song. So Kimani, I'm curious. In the Circle of Life, Simba, Pumbaa, Nala, all those people, what did you get when you listened to the song?
Well, when I listened to the song, there was a line that I saw, that I wrote down. It said, through despair and hope, through faith and love.
Wow.
My love.
That's actually in the song.
It was in the song. It's not what we wrote. Till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle. The circle of life. No, when I heard that, it brought groping in the darkness. It brought reaching out through darkness. Darkness means sin, this world, to a place where you'll get saved. And it showed me that, it also showed me that there is, even the Sunrise said that there was a void that God placed on the inside, that every man has, that they are searching for something. And I could see it in the song, when they said that through hope, through despair, through love and through faith. They were searching for something, and that's the whole essence of circle of life.
Wow.
In life, there is only one thing that can fill that void, and that void is Jesus Christ.
Right.
And God ensured that He placed it within you so that you'll reach after Him.
Hallelujah.
And the whole way to reach, the only way you'll reach after Him is when there's trials and hardship that comes on you that seems so depressing. That hope that is within you, that faith that is within you, it will push past all that and cause you to reach after God, cause you to seek after Him, because in your spirit you feel like there's a better place.
You're right. Yes.
In your spirit there's an awareness that there is some other place that's better than this world. But what we have to see that this world create that thing for you to reach after God. And as the song was saying, it is a circle of life.
Right.
There are situations and circumstances that will come in your life that will push you towards reaching after God. So I saw that, jumping out in the song that, Lion King in itself is a lot of spiritual concept in it. Yes. When I watched the movie, I was like, God, did you inspire this man or whoever to, to write this? And I saw the wisdom in this movie. I saw that God really inspired these people to write this play. And I think it was an awesome movie.
Yes.
So in the circle of life, a lot of things do happen, but in the midst of that, it will cause us to reach after God, and it will cause us to be saved.
Yes, and that's so real, because I remember even in Deuteronomy, God gives a similar example where He allows you to go through hunger. He allowed the Israelites to go through a hunger, to go through the wilderness, 40 years walking around. But in that, He used it to show that it's through those things that He humbled them.
Right.
He caused them to be at a place where they could inherit the the promised land. And that's just how God works. And believe me, guys, Lion King, I know it's a cartoon released in 1990 or somewhere around that. I heard about it for the first time when I was like 4 years old. And it's crazy that you can look into these things and you can see just the spiritual things kind of blow up before you.
Right.
And you can really see God's intent just in life, just in the things that we all go through. And I just think that's amazing that we got all of that out of the circle of life.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the streets and we're gonna go and see what other people thought about the circle of life. We're gonna see what people kind of took from it. Well, we're gonna assume that a lot of people saw The Lion King. If you didn't, please go and watch The Lion King.
Very good movie.
Yes, extremely good movie. Don't cry. I dare you not to cry. But we're gonna go to the streets now. We're gonna see what else people got out of The Lion King and the Circle of Life.
Circle of Life.
Stay tuned.
Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, Sunrisers. It's a wonderful Monday morning, and we're here again inside of Sunrise with Jesus. And we know that we're going to be having a wonderful, wonderful week. This morning, we're talking a lot about the movie The Lion King. And we're going to be hearing from some persons as to how The Lion King has been affecting their lives, or some spiritual principles that they learned from Lion King. Now, this morning, of course, I'm Nicolette, and I have with me my brother, Regan. Now, Regan, tell me the truth. How many times have you watched Lion King?
One, two, maybe about 2 or 3 times.
Just to be on the safe side.
That was long ago.
All right. What are some things that you learned, or one thing that really stood out to you in this movie?
Well, there's this monkey in the movie. No, pretty much he didn't play. He played like what we call in Jamaica a hobby man, basically. But the thing, but the thing that blessed me about him is because he always knew Simba's purpose. And so when Simba was lost and so on, when he got a connection with Simba, he was able to hit some sense in Simba's head. And the principle I learned from that is get yourself connected to people who knows purpose, people who are connected to the vision, because they will help to lift your head and you will see your purpose clearly. I mean, that is just such a blessing to me, that principle in the movie. I mean, there are many other principles, but that's a big one for me.
Finding purpose. In our discussion, that's one thing I really enjoyed. We spoke to some persons, and we're going to be hearing what they have to say.
All right. Tell us, what are some spiritual principles that you learn from the movie Lion King?
Lion King? So I was supposed to watch Lion King?
Okay, so Jason, what are some spiritual principles that you get from the movie Lion King?
Spiritual principles. Oh, that is a long time, a long time.
What are some spiritual principles that you learned from the movie Lion King?
Well, the Lion King is very meek. He displays a good spirit of meekness, although he's the lion and he's in control of the jungle. He's basically the king, as we all know.
Oh, I guess you're not supposed to run away from like who you are, because like, you know, like how Simba, because like he was ashamed because his uncle, which someone could have called like the devil, kind of like tricked him into him thinking that he did something bad and that no one will love him again because of the bad thing that he did, and he ran away to like get rid of that. But then when your purpose call you, just go end up right back at square one to where God called you to your rightful place. I have no idea. Don't worry. That's a principle right there. And it'll be like, Hakuna Matata, don't worry about anything. The Bible says, take no thought for tomorrow. That's a key principle right there, yeah. I want to tell you what we learned. What's wrong with you?
What are some spiritual principles that you learned from the movie Lion King?
Watch Lion King.
Obedience. Obedience is the main part of it. You know, stick in obedience, because the father will tell the young one to stay here, don't go over that boundary, you know. What can happen if you go over there, and yet still, if you choose to obey, you will remain in the boundaries that you're supposed to be. But if you choose to disobey, you know that certain things will reach you, that where the parents see before it even reaches you, you know, they were trying to prevent you from what's going to happen.
You ever watch Lion King? You should watch Lion King. The Lion King had a little son. He had a little son, just as a God king, he had a son. The little son ran away from home. He didn't know himself. So one principle is about knowing yourself, that as a son, you gotta grow up and come to yourself. When you come to yourself, you realize you're a son. And a son is just as a king. So you live like king. Lion King.
All right, some interesting nuggets there coming from our respondents. We're hearing about obedience, and my favorite one talking about finding purpose. Regan, it's been a pleasure having you this morning.
Oh, thank
Any final
you.
words before you go? Shout outs, big ups.
Well, I'd like to shout out to a few persons. Shanette and the crew from the Bible study. I know you've been tuning in, loving Sunrise. I just want to shout out to you, you lads.
All right, Shanette, hi. You're going to be watching Lion King a fourth time, right?
Of course.
All right, me and you. Back to you, Daniel.
Well, there you have it. That's what people thought about the Lion King and the Circle of Life. You never know the things that people really getting out of these movies. Some of them were so young, you know, and they got all these spiritual principles. That was pretty cool.
Right.
So we're gonna call it quits for now.
For now.
And I want to encourage you to like the page, share this video. I know you're thinking of somebody that's gonna really enjoy this. Some Lion King junkie, somebody that really loved the Lion King and would love to see the spiritual principles in it.
Right.
So like this page, share this video, and just tell everybody about Sunrise with Jesus, because this week is this kind of stuff we're gonna be covering. Finding God in the simplest of things.
Simplest of things.
Trust me, stay tuned for tomorrow's Sunrise. You will be blessed. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna find it so interesting. So, on behalf of Kimani and I'd like to first of all encourage you. Today's Sunrise is sponsored by Sons at Training, a Monday night discipleship session on Facebook Live. So look out for facebook.com/Sons Training. So that's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it, bro.
We're gonna see you again tomorrow. We love you all. Have a wonderful day. Just see yourself in the circle of life and see your path and see your road. So on behalf of us both, have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
If you enjoyed today's Sunrise, continue to rise with us by following our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise with Jesus. And lastly, visit our website, www.sunrisewithjesus.com. Sunrise with Jesus, as faithful as the sun.
The circle of life.